Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be watching a video called You've Never Seen German Efficiency at Checkout Like This. And start. Race? Oh my god.
Shopping in Germany is a different experience. Checkout times from other countries will seem super slow compared to the ones in Germany, which ensures efficiency, low prices for the customers, and big profits for the company.
How is it lower prices for the
Albeit so proud of being
customers?
the fastest one in the industry, they even dedicated a full blog post about their lightning fast checkout speeds. And that is exactly where I will demonstrate this German efficiency.
Makes me scared that they're so fast actually. Like, why do you want to be so fast? Okay, paperbacks suck. Like they can easily like.
Since I'm not doing this alone, I'll call this
any % du bist Speedrun.
Time starts when the first item beeps. Notice immediately how the cashier does not wait for the customer to get out, saving precious seconds. Now observe the customer in front
precious
of you use a
seconds,
tote
but
bag.
oh my god.
Unfortunately, that exceeded the 2-star size rating, which forced the cashier to arrange some yogurts for him to go quicker. This caused a 5-second loss in this speedrun.
Oh my god, 5-second loss, not the 5-second loss. Of course, yeah, you have to organize the thing.
With the
like,
free space here,
please.
it makes it possible for me to put the IKEA bag using a strat called
Using zwei hands.
I'm able to double my intake speed. In case of an emergency, the backup strat is
In case of what emergency? What emergency can you have? Oh my god,
but
okay,
in most
everything's
runs I don't need it.
there, okay.
Now while player
Hopefully
2
you don't
is
have any
still putting
bottles.
items in, the next
Glass
trick
bottles.
is
Prepare my payment method.
paying with card gives you a few extra precious seconds to organize everything. And for the cashier, a
Yes,
few
because
extra
when
seconds
you
of
hand
auto-scroller
you hand the
to allow.
card,
There are no
and then you're like,
glitches, I don't have to repeat the payment,
you're
and the game doesn't
finishing
soft
up.
lock. Timer ends when the bag hits the other platform. Even
Okay,
though
what's
my run
less than a
ended,
minute?
Notice how the cashier immediately continues with the next customer. It's like a constant flow of pit stops.
Oh my god, okay, yeah, it's like a pit stop, it's true.
54 seconds. Less than 1 minute for the whole process, with even a 5-second loss at the beginning. This is what I call German efficiency.
Oh my god, okay,
Amazing.
just 1 minute. Okay, so I love all the research process that went into this, you know, even down to the bag. It's like what bag is actually like the most helpful in this situation, and the winner is the IKEA bag, which I think makes sense. They're made of like this plasticky material that I think is very sturdy, which is good. And also they're very like, I don't know, they're wide and big. Like I think usually people use the tote bag, but I think that yeah, if your goal is speed, I do not think that tote bags are the answer to this, because, and that's, you know, I think most people use tote bags, but I think because tote bags are like, the opening is not that wide, it makes it harder like to actually put your items there, and they carry less items as well. So it's like, yes, you know, it makes sense that IKEA bags are probably better because they can fit more items as well. So you can do the whole like sweep like he did, or just, you know, you can usually like arrange your whole situation, but it's like you're carrying less things. But I have like several questions about this. It's, you know, and the paper bag do not even like, paper bags can, you know, they you know, they're very like flimsy, like unless you're carrying like, I don't know, just like 4 very like small items that do not like weigh a ton, maybe that's it. But like, who carries like paper bags these days? Unless you're, I don't know, carrying bread, which I don't know, it's weird to me. Everyone just uses either, you know, a reusable bag. You know, I think that's I think the norm in most people use that around these days. But it's, you know, I have a lot of questions about this. It's like, okay, so what do you do? Because it didn't really had a lot of items, I have to say. What do you do when you have like a lot of items? Because I don't know, you're doing like a big, you know, I don't know, you have a big family, or just, you know, you're buying a lot of things. I don't know, like everyone's lives. So what happens there? Because sometimes you even need like 2 bags. So it's like, it's gonna take me longer, obviously, to check out. Like that's just, obviously I have more items, but I'm not care like it, because he does the sweep, or you're just like, you know, it's a very stressful situation. But what happens when you have like, again, like glass bottles, or maybe you have like some produce that, you know, like maybe you have some tomatoes or I don't know, because I'm trying to think like because they're soft. I'm thinking apples, but apples, are sturdier. But maybe like bananas, they can be easily squished, or a soft fruit like a pear. Well, not pears, but maybe plums. Plums tend to be also very soft, and also kiwis. So it's like, what do you do when you have like soft produce that you need to handle carefully, otherwise your tomatoes are going to be squished at the bottom? So what do you do in that situation? And with the glass bottles, you're carrying, I don't know, beer, wine, or whatever, milk, I don't know, tomato paste, something, I don't know, passata, tomato, I don't know, whatever. You have like glass bottles, and you can't do the sweep thing. So it's like, I have to be very careful about my items. Are people gonna hate on you? Like, people are gonna be like, oh my god, they're rolling my eyes, like, because I'm like trying to organize my situation there. And also because, again, you're carrying 2 bags. So it's like, I'm carrying 2 bags. I'm sorry. Like, I think it's a very stressful situation, and I'm wondering what happens then. Because it's like, it's gonna take me like maybe 2 or 3 minutes because I have, more items, it makes sense. And obviously if you're paying with your card, good. But what happens, like, I'm wondering if you can pay with your phone, the contactless thing where they do when you like have your phone, when you have like your card on your phone. Can you do that? You scan usually, because you scan your own thing, like just like scan your phone. So, and either also with cards also, like, you do that, you just like you yourself, like, you scan the thing. So like the cashier doesn't really do that. So do they do that, or is that not used there? I have a lot of questions about this. And again, the self-checkout, because I'm like, okay, she's very efficient. Obviously, that she's scanning. She's just like moving around like a pit stop, like blah, 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 blah. And you're the one who has to like package all your things. But it's like, okay, but I'm trying to handle my things carefully. I think in the self-checkout, I think, justice for the self-checkout, I think it's better. I would have liked to see him like comparing like both items like at the same time, just like, you have the same items, I have the same items, and you go to the cashier and I go to the self-checkout, and then we'll see like who comes out on top. I think that would be my number one thing, because I think the self-checkout is going to be faster. Like, it's not at this, because again, it was less than a minute, which I think is crazy. But again, he had like maybe 10 items, which I don't think it's a lot. But I want to know like how long would have took them the same thing, in the self-checkout thing. I don't know, would have loved to see that, because I think it would probably be faster. I don't know, that's my bet. But I think the usual bet, because like, okay, but you like, again, how much time can you be like, oh my god, I wasted so much time here? It's like, it was less than a minute, come on. And even in like I don't know, my cashier for some reason was like taking a long time, or I don't know, something happened. How much can you like, how long can it take? Like 2 minutes, 3 minutes? Like, I know it's like, oh, time saving, like more time saving means more money, but it's like, yeah, but again, it's 3 minutes. Like, how, I don't know, maybe it's like, well, yeah, but in that space of time, that amount of time, maybe that's logic. I could have attended to another customer. Maybe that's it. But I don't think you're saving that much time. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, would love to see the self-checkout thing, because I think it would have been faster. But I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I haven't measured it, but I think maybe it would have been faster. But yeah, this is very interesting. And yes, it's like Germans are very efficient, and I think that the number one, probably like the number one solution to this, is you have to have 2 people. With 2 people, is like, one takes care of like handling the card to the cashier, while the other handles like the putting the packaging the things. And maybe you have 2 bags, maybe one's like, no, it's like you're putting the things, and then you're like, one carries like, you're gonna handle all like the stuff that comes like flour, or like that comes in bottles, and I'm gonna handle all the vegetables and fruits, like, and then when the time comes, I know that I already have my card here, and it's gonna be like that. So I think the solution is maybe like, when you're out grocery shopping, maybe bring 2 people, like you, and bring a friend, bring a family member, bring someone else. That I think makes the experience faster, and maybe you can shave off a few seconds out of your like, the 1 minute thing. Well, it wasn't 1 minute, it was like 54 seconds. Maybe you can do 45. But again, would love to have seen, just for comparison, a self-checkout thing. I don't know, that's just me. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.